Good morning. Good Sunday morning. This is the Tour of Love show. And yes, we're in holiday colors still today because it is still the holidays. And happy holidays to you, Caroline Brown, Brown-Berzins. You're always changing your name there. I call you our senior ambassador and assistant producer for this show and others that we work on. Welcome. You are in Canada, correct?
Yes, I am.
And you let me know this morning that, oh my golly, you guys are in complete shutdown, right?
Yes, we are. We're in province-wide shutdown.
Wow. Wow.
It's okay.
Well, it's okay. Well, you know what? It is okay because we're here with the Tour of Love and we are streaming live through the E360 TV platform, through social media, Roku, and all. Oh, there we are. There we are. We see it. And we want to welcome all of you. We are today going to be talking about the Tour of Love and what the Tour of Love is all about and what we support. We have been busy, haven't we, Carol?
Yes, we have.
And it's all to support the fact that we do believe that we can raise the frequency of the planet with love, thus the Tour of Love. And we are supporting a cause, a 501c3 nonprofit that is based out of the United States, yet working through the internet globally to support and to help change the way cancer is done throughout the world. And we were talking about that right before we went live about what we have been able to accomplish in 2020 and how 2021 is around the corner. And you are it's going to be your birthday a week from today, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, I'm getting older, but wise.
I'm not. Someone said, hey, isn't it with shutdown? That meant everything shut down. Like, okay, birthdays and those kind of things that were, yeah, I will say this. I am a cancer survivor. It was a chapter in my life, book of life. That's it. One time in my life. And I'm grateful to have my life. I'm absolutely thrilled and grateful that I had those birthdays coming. So there's something that I'm proud of. Oh my goodness, look who we have. Merry Christmas to Poe, also known as Skip Thomas. So good to see you. So good to see you. So glad to have you back. So glad. So as we close down 2020, a lot of people are really happy to be doing that. I will say this, I believe that we've had a lot of very solid experiences in 2020 and a lot of wins when it comes to what it is that we are doing for the nonprofit cb4l.org, also known as Chemo Buddies for Life. And we were just talking about that too. What are your thoughts in regards to it all?
Oh, my thoughts to it all. It's working on yourself and looking for self-love in yourself. And just, being aware of your habits, being aware of your food that you intake. I, this year, was diagnosed with celiac disease, which is now a change for me in my life where I have to make the choice to looking at better food choices for myself in order to slow down the celiac disease that's happening in my body. Because for many, well, over a year actually, didn't know what was going on with my body until I finally, went to my doctor and said, hey, I want answers and I want them now. Like, I'm not waiting any longer. So basically, I have a chart now that I have to eliminate some things from my food intake and change it with, better habits.
And that's a really good point. And in fact, it's something that we are going to be talking about here in just a moment. However, let's do this. I would like for everybody to understand the tour of love. What is it that we're doing? Well, the tour of love is truly taking love out there into the world, because we do believe that you can do a lot with that 4-letter word. And one thing that you can do is we can change what is happening in the world with cancer. And the outlook right now, if you look at any of the world organizations and their predictions for the next 10 to 20 years, well, let's just say that we need to get active and united, and we can make a difference in regards to the numbers that they're saying are projected if we do nothing. And so we have taken upon ourselves with this organization a nonprofit, a 501c3, that is all about the community, not the cure. The cure, others are working on that. However, there needs to be a community of a united front, if you will, of healing through connections, through a buddies network. And that is what we are doing right now. There is a lot of science to it. However, let's share a video that was produced and actually created by Kip Thomas, also known as Poe. And then we'll come back and talk some more about 2020 and what is 2021 going to look like.
Life is so fragile, and we're constantly reminded just how fragile life can be, especially when we or a loved one is told we have cancer. Cancer survivor myself, I can tell you, we still feel very alone in this journey.
There's a study that's been showing that patients who are socially isolated have a worse prognosis, have a worse outcome than patients who are socially interconnected.
Buddies for Life is a non-profit cancer support group for those whose life has been impacted by cancer. We'll match you with the perfect buddy. Humor, hope, heart, and hugs.
Humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love.
We're offering you a free membership, so please sign up today. Share this with your friends and family, and support this community in every way you can. No one should face cancer alone.
I am a Chemo Buddy for life.
We are a Buddies network.
No one does cancer alone.
Be a buddy.
And we are all here for you as a community of love.
We are Chemo Buddies for life.
And if you've heard 3 words, you have cancer, for yourself or someone else, you belong with us at Chemo Buddies for Life.
Healing through connections.
I noticed you had your mug. I have mine. Yes, shameless plug. We actually have a store, guys, that has all of these amazing mugs, so many fun ones. So, love for you guys to check it out, and know that all the proceeds go to the program that was just explained right now, the cb4l.org, the Buddies Network. And so we are healing through connections within a Buddies Network. What does that mean? Well, what that means is connections with ourselves, connections with someone that is like a friend, someone that can understand you. We call them buddies. And connection within community. And we're going to break that down a bit and state why it is that we believe that cb4l.org has many of the answers that the world needs right now. And that's a very bold statement, yet we believe we can make it. We've been busy within the organization where we have, believe it or not, on a daily basis, we get together and what we call it a chat. But it's much more than a chat, isn't it, Carol? How would you describe our chats?
I love our chats, especially Wednesdays, because we have the educational people that come in and teach us, of the different things like, meditation, Reiki. They teach us about water. They teach us, about the foods that we should intake. It's really interesting on Wednesdays. I actually really like Wednesdays, because I get to learn a lot.
And we want to thank all of our contributors that come into the organization. In fact, Wednesday's a very popular day for them to come in, but actually we've had them scattered throughout the week much of the time. And when you have 7 days a week that you are providing an opportunity for people to gather together in a safe environment on the internet where we quote unquote chat. And the idea there is that if someone that is facing cancer needs to come in and talk about how they're feeling, they need a place to go. And right now, during COVID, we need that more than ever.
I call it the safe place. It's like if they have a question they want to answer, or they want to know something, that's in their space, right? People can, the person that's doing the chat can help them and guide them through that question that they ask.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We share humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love. What is that all about? Well, it's a much deeper than it sounds. Humor, we know there's science behind that. You laugh. One of the things is a fake laugh will actually be healing. Our body doesn't understand if we are feeling the laugh or we're not. And so that is humor. Okay, science, check. Hope. We hope for having that optimism, having that belief system that we can have it better. It can be better. It's something to want to show up for our life. That's a choice. And we all know we need to be able to have a choice of wanting to go further. Hope, heart. What is it all about with the heart? Well, that goes down to the frequency of love. Also being there for those that possibly have someone that has gained their wings, because we are a program at cb4l.org that supports the patient and also those people that love and support the patient. And so right now, that's nearly everyone out there in the world. And thank you, Skip Poe, proud to be a buddy, a cancer survivor, and now COVID survivor. Yeah. We're so glad that you're communicating with us right now. When COVID hit in the spring, we had implemented our daily chats last year after our 36-hour event that took place last year, the second annual one. We had enrollees come in, new buddies, and our system is one that, let me ask you this out there, and please feel free, like Skip did, to comment. Have you or someone you know been affected by and heard 3 words, "You have cancer"? Well, of the 2 of us, that's 100%, because I have both. You have heard it for family members.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you are saying, nope, I'm going to ask one more question. Do you know someone that knows someone that has heard those 3 words? I'm not a betting person, but I'm going to use the term, I would bet that we're looking at about 100%, because when I'm on stage and I ask these questions, I have people stand. I look throughout the room, no matter how big it is, and I have been in big, huge rooms, big, huge auditoriums, and everyone is standing at the end of the second question. So we are global, so that's basically the world. The World Health Organization, or the global entities that are out there that are tracking what's going on, they are saying that 30 to 50% of the statistics that we're talking about and what they have been projecting, which are huge, we can change this, and people don't have to hear those words. With education, with early detection, with having a delivery system where anywhere in the world, the affluent countries and the poorer countries can have an even playing field to get this information. And this is important to hear, guys. This is important to hear, because you may be hearing something that could affect not only your life, but someone that you love. And that is, this organization is dedicated completely to the community, the people out there. And we are ran by volunteers. So what we are doing with this 501c3 nonprofit is we are serving the community, the people that are affected, front line. We are not bloated. We are actually making a difference. And this last year, I love the fact that you shared, Carol, that one of your favorite things is the education that we have shared. And we bring in top people, experts in their fields, that have credentials, that have the licenses, that have the history, that have the knowledge, and they can actually talk, because this is their specialty. And 30 to 50%, look it up. We can make a difference. 30 to 50%, especially in the less affluent countries. And how? With a cell phone, with the internet, with a delivery system, and with a community of people that are dedicated to make a difference. This is huge. Plus, we have fun. Lori Whitney, thanks for sharing the love. You are welcome. I love it. I love it. So we have fun. We believe in fun. We do a lot of healing through music, healing through nature, healing through laughter. We produced a song that we got together on the U.S. Thanksgiving early in the morning and filmed. That was fun, wasn't it, Carol?
It was.
And
it was what it was fun about it is that we had a community of people from all over the world.
Yeah.
That's what the fun part was, and the laughter and the love that we were sharing with each and every one of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we have buddies from, I believe now, just about every continent. Just about. And we had an international group of people that came together to share an original song that includes humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love. We're going to share that with you right now. And what I really want to emphasize this as we are looking at the last few days of 2020. As you're watching this, and I hope you'll watch it, I hope you'll enjoy it, because we enjoyed creating it. We're very proud of it. I want you to think about this. If you've ever lost someone to cancer, what would you have done to have had them a few moments longer, maybe a day longer, to extend their life, not only the quality of their life, but the actual length of their life? What would you have done? And do you believe it's possible that we, as a community of volunteers throughout the world, that we can affect not only the quality of someone's life that is affected by cancer, that we can actually help to lengthen it? And do you believe that we as a community can actually help to prevent people from having cancer? I want you to ask yourself those questions as you watch this, and then we're going to come back to talk.
We are
So the questions were, what would you do? And do you believe? Do you believe? I noticed the comments that were made, and Lori Whitney is saying 2 days before Christmas this year, so not long ago, her mother was diagnosed with breast cancer at 79 years of age. I am now one of her cheerleaders. So are we. So are we. And Lori Whitney is a buddy. She's been supporting us. She donated to us. She's been a part of our community. And then to have that, you know, yes, we are here for you, Lori. We were in shock when the doctor told us. That is part of being a part of a community, and having tools and the ability to be together, knowing that we can make a difference. That's great. However, the reality of it is that yes, when you hear those words for the very first time, you need to allow yourself to understand that shock is I would be surprised if you weren't, to be honest with you, that is okay. However, the whole idea here too, Lori, and all of you listening right now, is when you hear those words, the next thing, and Lori would know this because she knows of our program, the very next thing we want throughout the world is that if someone hears those words, they know in their heart and their minds, we've got this. Because we've got the buddies, and we will not be alone, and we can get information, and we can find out what worked for people, because we're going to have whatever it is, whatever treatment you choose, because we are not involved in the choices of treatment. We are not raising funds for any kind of research for treatments. We support what it is you believe, because we encourage you to truly believe in your treatment. And we're there to help you with that. Carl Wilson, good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. And she wished the news came after the holidays. Yeah, I can understand. I can understand that. And beautiful. Yes, thank you. We love the song, because thank you so very much. You're welcome. You are welcome. And she has so many questions. Thank you for sharing that, Lori. Right there. Please be sharing this out, guys, because I cannot even tell you how many people have been coming to me recently in the last couple of weeks. People, so many people that I know, that they believe in the mission, but it wasn't intimate to them. Now it is. We have so many people now that understand what it is that we're doing, because they are starting to either hear those words for themselves or someone very close and dear to them. And we are here, and if we don't have the answers, we're going to find the answers, because that's what we do. Right, Carol?
Absolutely. We don't stop until we find the answers. And we are here for your buddies.
Sorry for stepping on your words. What did you say? I'm sorry.
I said, we're here for you. We're here for our buddies.
Exactly. Michelle, now one of our buddies, a survivor, an amazing story in herself. Right, Carol? She's incredible, right, Michelle?
I love Michelle. Michelle has an incredible story. So like, if you guys didn't see her Service Hero show, you need to go back and you need to watch it, and you need to hear her inspired story on the journey that she went through. And she stayed positive through this whole thing with the support of her husband.
Yeah. And now she has joined us, locking arms and hands, figuratively, because of course we're in COVID. However, We are a community that gathers together and are there for each other. Let's see here. I want to make sure we've got Helene, who is our first ambassador of the chat. So glad you're with us, dear George. So great to have you here. George has been a part of supporting us and the mission for now a few years, and appreciate you so very much. Yes, she is amazing. So I asked, what would you do? And do you believe? In the song that we just played, the song that is an original song that we created and for the Tour of Love big event that just took place, it says, we will change the world with our hearts. Do you guys believe that we can change the world with our hearts when it comes to cancer? I mean, I'm putting it out there. I want to know if you believe. Carol, what have we've seen miracles, haven't we, through our program?
Yes, we have. I have one thing. If we lock arms and we lock hearts, we can all make a difference.
Yes, that's right.
And I have made a difference with some buddies that I've communicated with and locked arms with them and, you know, supported them, being their cheerleaders. And that's the whole thing about this program, is cheering each other on and showing the love for each other. You know, so if we can lock our arms together and put our hearts in the center, we can do this.
You have one of your buddies actually shared, and I have her clip, and I'm going to play it right now. She is a nurse, and she talks very, very clinical in some ways about her own cancer journey and how this program can make a difference. Please watch this, and please, if you know of anybody that needs to hear about this program, write down cb4l.org. Put it in your phone. Get your phone out and get your contacts out. And if you don't know anybody right now, please make a contact. Cancer, and then put cb4l.org, touroflove.org, so that if you ever hear that someone has it, that you can immediately give them a free resource of people that are there to help them through it. Here is one of our buddies.
My cancer journey started in 2017 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had a lumpectomy in November 2017 with 2 lymph nodes that were taken out with some micrometastasis. I completed over 30 radiation treatments to the breast and to the neck region. And then I also completed 6 chemotherapies with the Taxotere and Cytoxan. Started doing post-treatment of tamoxifen and thought I was done with my cancer journey, or I was hopeful that I was done with my cancer journey, until this year when I started, I was a nurse working in public health during the COVID crisis. I was doing testing and I was doing case management for positive patients, as well as doing contact tracing like we hear about in the news. And everything had shut down about mid-March. And one morning I woke up and my left hip hurt, and it got progressively worse and worse. And so although I don't physically have breast cancer in my breast, the breast cancer spread to my left hip and also spread to my liver. And so as of January of this year, I lost the ability to walk. I was in agonizing pain and completely unable to walk. Worked hard to stay positive, to take life one day at a time, because I didn't know if I was ever going to walk again. I didn't know if I was going to live. At that point, the doctors said maybe 2 to 5 years of life. So I've had to do a lot of internalizing and thinking and planning and determining, how am I going to live my life? Am I going to live my life in the present? Am I going to look towards the future? Am I able to make plans for the future? And although I am living my life one day at a time, I am optimistic and I look forward to living for the future and making plans for the future. And that's where Chemo Buddies has come in and been so helpful during this whole time, where I can meet up and talk with people who are going through similar battles, similar struggles, similar diagnosis, or maybe it's a completely different diagnosis. I'm able to meet and talk to people who have been through this journey, who are going through this journey, who will go through this journey, and talk to them where they're at. We have good days, we have not so good days. And just being able to come to a safe zone at Chemo Buddies and talk to people and be there for people and love people where they're at, and realize that every day is special, to be cherished, and go from there. Not all of us have great outcomes with cancer, but we can still choose how we battle cancer. And I love Chemo Buddies because they help me each day feel loved, supported, nurtured. I've met a whole bunch of new friends. And when I'm having a rough day, I can reach out to a Chemo Buddy, one of the partners, and just tell them, I am having a rough day. Here's what happened. And they nurture and love me despite myself. So I'm incredibly appreciative. I'm incredibly eager to battle this hip cancer and this liver cancer. I've been incredibly blessed during this process by my friends, my family, my church, by Chemo Buddies. And at this point, I am starting to be able to walk. I am going through physical therapy twice a week. It's a journey. Every day is a journey. Every day is a process. Every day we make choices for how we're going to live our life. And I choose to be positive. I choose to love others, and I choose to love others through this process. And I'm just incredibly thankful to Chemo Buddies for allowing me to be nurtured and for me to nurture others through this journey. Thank you so very much, and I look forward to working with Chemo Buddies for life.
She's someone very special to you, right, Carol?
She's my buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I cheer her on every day. And I watch for her posts. I know she just recently went for, I think it was a CT scan just recently. She brings tears to my eyes because she's so positive. She's so uplifting. And she just never gives up. She pushes herself every single day. to fight this disease and to be able to walk and to be there for her children. So if anybody hasn't seen her story or watched her, you need to go follow her, because she just has a positive outlook on life. Sorry, I got tears running down my face.
That's okay. That's okay. That is okay.
She inspires me every single day, how she does not give up on the journey of fighting.
And we have many, many that are like that. Yes, together we combine our knowledge, learning from each other and our experiences, choices, possibilities, hope. I love it. And in the song that we sing, and I want to recognize Carl, my father passed of cancer in 2011. He had a lot of support, which is so wonderful. And he fought hard, but God had his plans. And thank you, Sharon McQueen. Love you, my dear. Love you. Glad you're here with us. He is in heaven watching over my mom's siblings, and we know he is okay. Absolutely, and thank you, beautiful. And I wish my dad would have met. Well, thank you very much. And it's our Buddies program. That is what Carl, and thank you, Carl, for all of your support. Carl, for those of you that don't know who Carl is, Carl has an organization, All Women Rock, and he and All Women Rock have recognized our organization as one of the organizations that he is putting out there as a charity of choice, and also helping to bring the awareness that we are here. We need more Carl Wilsons. We need more All Women's Rock. And thank you for everything that you are doing, Carl, to enable women, empower women, and help women to take their mojo and rock with it. I love it. Simply beautiful, absolutely. And facing this at any age is hard. Thank you for sharing this, Helene. And sometimes you may have to face it one more time. I feel for you, Lori. And, thank you so very much for sharing that. We are blessed in the CD Wilson family. Keep rocking. Yes, keep rocking and rolling. And let's see here. I want to make sure that we're catching up with everybody. Emilio, thank you for being here. I'm so excited. We are going to be recognizing him as the service hero that he is tomorrow. Be watching for that program. All right, so as we are going forward for the balance of this hour, we are stronger. We are stronger together. That is part of the song that we played for you. When I asked, do you believe that we as a community can not only help to the quality of someone's life, that we can actually help the quantity of it? What would you say to that answer that you've noticed, Carol?
I find that our community is growing each and every day. And I find that our buddies are supporting each other. I know we had, I think, 20 new buddies that have joined in the last 3 days. That's why we're here, guys. We're here to share the love. The love is on the highest frequency of the board. And that's what we want to do. And again, like I say, if we lock arms, we lock hearts, we can make a difference.
Absolutely. So we are stronger together, locking our arms, locking our hearts, like you said, Carol, that we can make a difference. It is scientifically proven. And this program, the doctor that was in the first clip is my doctor. He's the one that convinced myself and my original buddy to do something with what we had. We journeyed the chapter of my book, my cancer chapter of the book of my life, I had a buddy, and this program is mimicked after it because of the science. There is science that proves that if you are isolated and alone, and I'm not talking physical now, guys. There's a lot of different ways of being isolated and alone. And everybody may say, well, golly, Tamara, we're in COVID, we're in shutdown, we're in lockdown, whatever it may be. We have the internet, thank goodness. And we had this program going before COVID. We have the delivery system, and we know because of science that if we see, it doesn't matter if we're in the same room or, Carol, again, where are you right now?
I'm in Toronto, Canada.
And I'm in Southern California in the US, California, southern part of California. And yet my mind will at some point not remember if we were in the same room or if we saw each other via the internet and these cameras. So you see, we do not have to be isolated and alone. A lot of people are doing the Zooms. A lot of people, it's now almost a common practice because of COVID. We can actually not only help to prevent shortening someone's life, we have actually seen within our Buddies program doctors that have been absolutely amazed by someone that continued to live, someone that has stage 4 diagnosis and now has no evidence of cancer, someone that their levels were so high and then nothing changed, but then their levels were low. We have so many different stories and different experiences, yet many of them we cannot take out to the public because we found out about much of it in our private, safe group. That's why we have the Tour of Love show now, guys. We want you guys to grab a mug, and sometimes it's going to be education. Sometimes it's going to be fun. Sometimes it's going to be entertainment. Sometimes it's going to be different information. However, it is always going to be valuable, because if we can change the outcome of one person, they say our life has been worth it. Our movement has been worth it. What we are doing is worth it. We already have done that. However, there are so many in the world right now that if we do nothing, we're talking millions and billions of people that are going to be affected. We can change it. We can change it. And what they say we can change it with is stuff we're doing. That's what I am so optimistic about. This program is unlike anything else that's out there. There are a lot of really great programs. There's a lot of great modalities. There's a lot of different types of strategies. There are a lot of different healing ways to go about healing, traditional, alternative, adjunctive. However, to have a community where all of this can be combined, this is unlike anything else out there. And we have it. We need to grow it now. We need to make it's time. So 2021, going into 2021, the song goes, we are stronger together. So we can change the world with our hearts, humor, hope, heart hugs, and a whole lot of love. How did it feel when we were singing that and we were doing this thing? I mean, because we were really getting into it. How did that feel, Carol?
It felt amazing. You felt the connection, and that's what we were about, guys. We're about connecting with each and every single one of yous. And singing that song, my heart was just it was filled. It was filled with love, you know, that I got to be a part of this and to actually share it out to everybody. You know, it's all about the connection and being there for each and every one of you.
Thank you, Sherry. Sherry is a buddy, and she's giving us permission right now to share her story. I try not to cry on this one. Sherry came to us as a stage 4. And she has shared that, you know, it's not easy to be a stage 4 breast cancer. She had it metastasized into her bones and in a couple of different places within her bones, in the bones near her brain. And under treatment, you know, doing relatively well, I would say, because, you know, able to work and do these things, came to us because of wigs. Thank you, Heather Dye. And getting involved with our community, she started to learn about ways that we can healing through connections within the program, and learning from different experts that came in and teaching different modalities. She engaged fully, all in, not just like toe in the water, all jumping all in with the newfound knowledge that she was getting through this program, with a lot of support from the program. And she engaged huge. When she came, she had her PET scan, and there were the areas that lit up, evidence of cancer. 6 months later, she had the scan, and I was live walking on #TimeToMove, and she chose to tell me then, and to tell the community that was there on the live, that she had gotten her results back. No evidence of cancer. I nearly dropped to the ground. No evidence of cancer. Stage 4 breast cancer, metastasized to the bone in different locations. The bone near the brain too. No evidence of cancer. Thank you for letting us share. Sherry, this is one of many stories. We have my buddy, one of my original buddies, our first senior ambassador, that she had stage 4, very painful cancer, Sharon Nichols Ward. And the doctors, when she would go to the doctors started asking her, how are you still alive? Why are you still alive? Not to be sarcastic. They truly wanted to understand this. And she looked at them in her soft, sweet voice and said, it's because I'm the senior ambassador of Chemo Buddies for Life, and I'm a service hero. I have to live. I want to live. Going into 2021, we need to make it known that the buddies are here, that we are making a difference, and it is available to everyone. We've made it simple. We have fun. Yes, we have a lot of entertainment. Yes, we do a lot of amazing things. And yet, to have a story like we just shared right now, I love you too. Yes, for life, CB4L, for life. It is all about the life. I asked in the beginning, can we lengthen life? Do you believe it is possible? And what would you do? And what would you have done for someone possibly that has gained their wings? Would you have cared? Would you have done something to have them any longer? We have the opportunity right now as a collective group to actually make a difference going into 2021. We need to thank you. Love, share it. Yes, love. Proud to know you are inspirational. So are you, Skip. So is Lori. So is Michelle. So is Helene. So many of our buddies. And we now have this public show. I woke up in the middle of the night, guys, because I knew that this was the last Tour of Love show and Tour of Love event for 2020. And here's another beautiful soul, Barbara Beckley. And knowing what we have that makes us different, the bottom line, we are, as far as I know, and when I did the due diligence for this, we were, and I believe we still are, the only program of its kind that can actually reach the world. And with the projections to 2030 and 2020 and 2030, we must, if we care about life, we must do something now. And we can. And it's through the Tour of Love show and cb4l.org. So we've got the touroflove.org and cb4l.org. As we close right now, guys, what is your wish when it comes to 2021 and how we will change the way cancer is done? Are you going to wish, or are you going to actually do? I ask that you do, that you join us, that you share this, that you let people know we are here. What would you like to say, Carol, as we close?
If you haven't got your celebration journal yet, which is the spiral copy, you can also get the one on the website as a PDF copy. But if you would like a hard copy of it or a spiral copy of it, please contact Sherry McQueen. She was the one that donated these to the CP4L for us all to have. And inside it allows you to journal your story. Each one has a different question that you can answer and write a story about it. So if you have not got your celebration journal, please contact Sherry McQueen, give your address to her, and she will be glad to mail one out to you.
So we need to close. Thank you, everyone. Make it an amazing New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. We will be live in the group and on the public page for New Year's Eve. So join us, join us, join us. Share this out. Make it the best day. Bye.